Hello, good evening, guys. Can you hear me? Yeah, good evening. Guys, give me 1 minute time. So I'm coming, okay? Hey, month, we'll have the 10 more sessions. So it will take time. So after completing the networking, we'll have the SSH. After SSH, we have uh, how to take a backup, so how to archive the files, and then boot process. After completing the boot process, we'll have the scripting concept. So scripting for 3 days. So 8 more classes we'll have. So you wish. So please inform to the management while you are taking the break, okay? So today we'll discuss about what? Subnetting. Subnetting. So how to divide one network into the multiple network, we'll see now, okay? Yeah, see here. So coming to subnetting, we'll have two types of subnets. One is FLSM, another one is VLSM. Fixed length subnet mask and then variable length subnet mask. So FLSM full form, fixed length subnet mask. Okay. So FLSM full form, fixed length subnet mask. And then VLSM full form, so variable length subnet mask. Okay. So what is subnet? So we are dividing one network into the multiple networks. That is called subnetting. That is called subnetting. That means we'll have the one network. I'm trying to making this network into the multiple pieces, like multiple networks. So that is called subnetting. So how we need to do the subnetting? So coming to subnet, we'll have two types. One is fixed length subnet mask, another one is variable length subnet mask. So for example, I had one organization called HCL. Okay. So HCL having two different departments. This is OU, organization unit. HCL is a OU organization unit. So this OU having two different departments. One is IT, another one is BPO. Okay. So IT and BPO. So coming to IT, we'll have 100 members in IT, and as well as in BPO also will have the 100 members. So total 200 numbers imply they're working in HCL. So total 200 members implies they're working in HCL. So IT people's 100 numbers will have, and BPO people's also 100 numbers. This is pixel and subnet mask. So here 100 peoples and here also 100 peoples. Now I need to deploy the network for IT peoples. So how many peoples will have? So 100 numbers will have. We need to deploy the one network for IT peoples. And then I need to deploy the another network for BPO peoples. Okay, so BPO also 100 numbers will have. Okay, so now they are provided for me one network ID. This is 192.168.1.0 network. It's a network ID. So how will get the network ID? All the host bits, it will become 0. That is network ID. This is class C IP address, and this is 192.168.1.0. There's a one network, 3 networks, and one host will have. the host octet will become 0. So that is network ID. Okay. And the host octet, if it is become 1, that is broadcast ID. 255 is a broadcast ID for this network. Okay. So 192.168.1.255 is a broadcast ID. Okay. In between, what we'll have? So for example, so 192.168.1.1, so 1.2, so 1.3, 1.4, like that till 1.254. It's a valid IP addresses. Only a valid IP addresses only we are going to assign for network. That means we are going to assign for host. So for example, I'm trying to deploy the network with 100 machines. So I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this, 1 to 100 IP address I'm going to use for each and every machine. I'm not going to use 0 and then 255. 0 is a network ID and 255 is a broadcast ID. We're not going to use the 0 and 255 for machines. The valid IP addresses only we are going to assign for the machines. So how many valid IP addresses we need, guys? 100 plus 100, 200. But we'll have 1 to 254. So it's a suitable network now. Yes, we'll have 1 to 255 IP addresses we'll have. So 1 to 255 means more than 200 IP addresses we'll have. More than 200 IP addresses we'll have. So now I'm going to assign from 1 to 100 for IT, from 101 to 200 BPO. Our problem, it got resolved. Yes, a problem, it got resolved. But my intention is, so this is a total one network and this is a subnet mask for this network. That's it now. This total one network from 0 to 255. So for this network, there's a subnet mask 255.255.255.0. This is a subnet mask for so class C by default subnet mask. Okay. So now my intention is, if I'm using the subnet mask, what will happen? This total network, it can able to communicate. That means IT department, he can able to communicate with the BPO department, and BPO department also he can able to communicate with the IT department. But my intention is, I need to avoid the communication between these both the departments. Got it, guys? So my intention is, I need to avoid the communication between these both the departments. So can we able to avoid the communication, guys? It is possible here because both the department having the same network. If it is having same network, what will happen? So always they can able to communicate. So how we need to resolve this issue? How we need to resolve this issue? It's very simple. So let's see here. I'm going to take one more network. I'm going to take one more network. So this is 192.168.2.0 network. That means network ID got changed. If network ID, if it is changed, both the networks doesn't have the communication. This is another network and this is another network. This both the network doesn't have the any communication. So we need to enable the communication between these both networks in a sense. So we should use router, then only we can able to enable the communication between these both the networks. This is a different network and this is a different network. This is 2.0 network, this is 1.0 network. This both the network doesn't have the communication. So now what I'm doing in essence, I will take from 1 to 100 from this network for IT, and then for BPO, excuse me guys. So for BPO, I'm going to take 1 to 100 from this network. Then we avoid the communication between both the networks. Yes, that's it, guys. Yes, no. So we are avoiding the communication between IT department as well as BPO department because this both the network or different networks. This both the network doesn't have the communication. Both the networks doesn't have the communication. But approximately how many IP addresses we are wasting in each network, guys? I have the 1 to 255 IP addresses, valid IP addresses. I'm wasting in each network more than 150 IP addresses. So 154 IP addresses I'm wasting in this network, and in this network also I'm wasting 154 IP addresses. So here we are utilizing only 100, but the possibilities of the network is 1 to 255. So what will happen? The broadcast, it will be happening more, and then sometimes the network conversation will be go down, and sometimes network it will be go down. So we are unable to. That means while you try to sending the data from one machine to another machine because of broadcasting, so the data it is going to reach a little bit slowly because we are wasting more than 300 IP addresses in both the networks. Here 154 and here 154. So more than 300 IP addresses we are wasting unnecessary. Yes, na guys. So it's not a right way to deploy the network. So what I need to do? I should not waste these many of IP addresses. If you're wasting these many of IP addresses, you will get the more broadcast. If you're getting the more broadcasting, what will happen? Sometimes the network it will be go down. Clear? So now because of that reason, I'm not going to use this network. I'm not going to use this network. Then delete this. Okay. Now what I'm doing in the sense, total how many IP addresses we'll have in this network, guys? Total how many IP addresses we'll have in this network? Yes, 1 to 254 valid IP addresses will have. Okay. So now what I'm doing in the sense, I'm trying to making this network into the two pieces. So this is my apple. I have one apple along with me. Okay. So I have the apple along with me. So suddenly one more friend, he came to me and then so he's speaking with me. I have the only one apple. So what I need to do, guys? What I need to do? I need to cut this apple into the two pieces. That's it now. So this is one apple. This apple, assume this is one network. This is one apple. I'm trying to dividing this network. That means the apple into the two pieces. So what we need to divide the apple into the two pieces, guys. So what we require to cut the apple into the two pieces. So generally, yes, guys, how you are going to cut the apple? With the help of knife. That's it, no? So we need a one knife to make this apple into the two pieces. We need to make the apple into the two pieces. Assume this total network. This is one pie chart. This is a total network. The network, it will start from 0 to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 like this. 11 like this. We'll have till 255, the total network. So total 255 will have. There's a pie chart. So we'll have the 255. Now I need to cut this 255 network into the two pieces. So what will happen? If I'm cutting this 255 network into the two pieces, so one piece is a 128 and another piece is a 128. That's it now. This part is a 128 and this part is a 128. But we'll have each and every network. I'm trying to dividing the one network into the multiple networks now. Okay. So this is one network now. This is another network now. Okay. So now we'll have the total 128 possibilities. That means combinations we'll have. From 128, we should do -2. Why -2? One is network. Each and every network it having the one network ID on broadcast ID. Clear, guys? So each and every network it having the network ID and broadcast ID. Okay. So 128 -2. This -2, one for network ID, another for broadcast ID. How many valid IP addresses will have? 126 valid IP addresses will have in each network. So here also same. So 128 -2, here also same. So 126 valid IP addresses will have this network. So this part, that means this network I'm going to assign for IT and this network I'm going to assign for BPO. So now how we need to avoid the communication between these both the networks? So generally, if you use this if you use this default subnet mask, definitely it can communicate both. See guys, unnecessary wasting the 155 IP addresses, you can waste 26 IP addresses, it's not a big deal. So 126 is the nearest value for 100. So you can say it's a backup purpose. 26 IP addresses we are holding for backup. Maybe in future, if you are assigning the 20 more machines, we can able to assign the IP address from this 26. Okay. So it's a nearest value for 100. 126 is the nearest value for 100. And this 126 also nearest value for 100. One part I'm trying to assigning for BPO, another part I'm trying to assigning for IT department. But I need to avoid the communication between these both the departments. That means I need to avoid the communication between these both the networks. Guys, if I'm using the same subnet mask, as default subnet mask, what will happen in the sense I am unable to avoid the communication. Both the networks, it will act like as a one network. So what is a subnetting? It's a very simple formula. Okay. So very simple definition you can say. Okay. So here we are converting the host bit into the network bit, that is called subnetting. Got it, guys? We are converting host bit into network bit, that is called subnetting. So now here we'll have the default subnet mask. With the help of this default subnet mask, I'm going to get the customized subnet mask to avoid the communication between these both the parts. How we'll get this customized subnet mask? What I said, what is a subnetting? We are converting the host bit into the network bit. Just you can remember this word, that's it. That's enough. So that is called subnetting. We are converting the host bit into the network bit. Most of the people, they will provide the lengthy formulas. Doesn't require. Just you can remember this word. We are converting host bit into the network bit. That's it. Okay. So can we write this numerical values into the binary? It is possible. Yes, always we can able to write this numerical value into the binary. So there's a default subnet mask for class C. Yes, 255.255.255.0. If I'm writing this 255.255.255.0, so how we need to write into the binary, guys? 255 means 8 ones. 8 ones dot, 8 ones dot, 8 ones dot, 8 zeros. That's it now? 8 zeros. Here. So all ones means 8 zeros. All ones means 8 zeros. That's it, guys. So this is a network ID and it's also network octet, and this is also network octet. It's a host octet. And 3 ones and then 1 0 is a default subnet mask for class C. Now, what is a subnetting? We are converting the network bits into host bits. That is called subnetting. How many network bits will have? How many host bits will have? 3 network bits will have. That means 3 network octets will have, and 1 host octets will have. So how many bits will have into the host octet? 8 bits will have. 8 bits will have. Now what I'm doing in a sense, I'm trying to converting the first bit from like the host to network. So I keep 1 there. That means this 1 means it's a network bit. I was converted the first host bit into the network bit. Clear? Guys, if you want, they can write /24 also. /24 is a CIDR. CIDR will form classless interdomain routing. Classless interdomain routing, CIDR. So why 24? This /24, it will define the subnet mask. It will define the subnets. Subnet means we are dividing the one network into the multiple network. So by default, for example, in real-time environment, people, they will provide like this, 192.168.1.0 by 24. So by 24 means we doesn't have any subnets. There's only one network. We should use the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Why this /24? How many network octets will have? 3 network octets will have 1, 2, and 3. So each octet having how many bits? 8 bits. 8 plus 8 plus 8, 24. Got it, guys? By 24 means it's a default subnet mask we need to provide. Well, so it doesn't have any subnetting now. By 24 means. Okay. Now I'm trying to making this total network. This total network, how we are going to represent by 24. By 24 means we doesn't have any subnets. It's a default subnet mask. So now my intention is I need to convert this network into the multiple networks, and that means I'm trying to dividing the one network into the multiple networks. How? How we need to divide this network into the multiple network? It's very simple. So we are converting the host bits into network bits. So I'm trying to converting this host bits into network bits. So remove the 0 and keep 1. How many network bits will have, guys, now? How many network bits will have now? Yes, guys. How many network bits will have? 8 plus 8 plus 8. 25. Got it? So 25. So now we converted one host bit into the network bit. Okay. This network bit value, each and every bit it having the one value. The first bit, this is the last bit, I think. Yes. This bit value 2 to the power of 7. That's it now. 2 to the power of 0, 2 to the power of 1, 2 to the power of 2, 2 to the power of 3, 2 to the power of 4, 2 to the power of 5, 2 to the power of 6, and 2 to the power of 7. This bit value is a 2 to the power of 7. 2 to the power of 7 means 128. Can we can we write excuse me guys? Can we write like this? 255 dot 255 dot 255 dot 128 instead of 0. Here the 0 value it became 128. Now this is a customized subnet mask. So how we need to provide the slash notation? By 25, because 25 network bits will have in the subnet mask. That means we divided into one network into two pieces now. This is one network and this is one network. We should not use this default subnet mask. We need to use the customized subnet mask. How we need to use? So let's see here. So now this network. So 192.168.1.02, 192.168.1.127. How many IP addresses will have, guys? 126 valid IP addresses will have in between this, from 0 to 127. So 0 is a network ID, 127 is a broadcast ID. Now this 127.0.0.0 it will become 192.162.1.127. It's a broadcast ID. So this is, we are not going to assign for this both the IP addresses information. In between, what we'll have from 1 to 126, there's a valid IP addresses. How many valid IP addresses will have? 126 valid IP addresses will have. So this is for BPO department. This is for IT department. You can assign for BPO as well as IT. There is no issues. Okay, this part 0 to 127, 192.168.1.02, 192.168.1.127. This is for IT department. And this is for BPO department. So 192.168.1.128 to 192.168.1.255. The total total how many IP addresses will have, guys? 126 valid IP addresses. This is network ID and it's a broadcast ID. This is for BPO department. But we should not use this default subnet mask. We need to use customized subnet mask. There's a customized subnet mask. For both the networks, we need to use this customized subnet mask. We are going to avoid the communication between these both the departments. And then, so you need to represent, so for in real-time examples, you try to representing by 25. The by 25 means we are dividing this network into the two multiple networks now. Got it, guys? So I hope you're clear. By 25, why? So what is slash? Slash full form CIDR, classless interdomain routing. That means if I'm representing, they're providing for us like this 192.168.1.0 by 25. That means we'll have the two subnets into this network. So we should use this subnet mask, customized subnet mask. So then only we can able to avoid the communication between IT department as well as in BPO department. So I hope you're clear. Yes, no. Yes, guys. Okay. So now VLSM. So variable length subnet mask. So VLSM, variable length subnet mask. So variable length means different lengths will have. That means different departments will have different that means what is network strength will have here. Okay. For example, CTS is one organization. So it having HR department, account department, and then IT department. So three different departments will have. HR having 20 people, and account department having 50 people, and the IT department having 100 people. So here, if you observe, we'll have the fixed length in IT and as well as BPO, both having fixed length 100 and 100. But coming to here, we'll have the different departments here. So for HR, 20 peoples, for account, 50 peoples, and for IT, 100 peoples will have. So I need to deploy the network for them. So how to deploy the network? The same IP address, so the same network they are providing for us. Now I need to divide this network into the multiple networks. How to divide this network into the multiple networks? Again, pie chart. So Apple. So I need to cut this apple into the two pieces. You know very well how to cut the apple into the two pieces. So how to cut the apple into the two pieces, guys? So let's see here. So now I'm trying to write the default subnet mask into binary values. So 8 ones, 8 ones, and 8 ones, 8 zeros. So this is a default subnet mask for class C network. So that means 255.255.255.0. Okay. So 255.255.255.0. So now we are converting the host bit into the network bit. First, what I'm doing, I'm converting the first bit into the network bit. What is the subnet mask now? So what is the subnet mask now? 255.255.255.128. That's it now. So this is a 128 is a value. It's a 128 is a value. So how many networks will have? 0 to 127. So here we need to divide 3 networks, guys. The first network I was divided, the total 126 valid IP addresses will have. This part I'm going to assign for IT because it's the nearest value. So 126 is the nearest value for 100. This part I'm going to assign for IT department. How to assign? In between only. 192.168.1.0 to 192.168.1.127. And this is a customized subnet mask. This is a customized subnet mask. So if you can give this customized subnet mask, generally people they will provide by 25. So by 25 means we divide the one network into the two pieces, two networks now. So this part I'm going to assign for BPO, IT department. I will use this customized subnet mask for this IT department. Okay. So I hope you're clear. Next, I have account peoples and as well as HR peoples. I have this part. One more half part we'll have. Okay. So what I'm doing in the sense, I'm trying to making this half part into the, again, 2 quarter parts. Clear? So one I was given to someone. Suddenly, in between, one more friend, he came to me. And then what I need to do? I have the only half piece. I need to make this half piece into the, again, 2 pieces. So this half piece, I'm trying to making again 2 quarter pieces. This is one piece and this is one network. I'm trying to making, so another half network into 2 multiple networks again. So now 128 by 2, how much? 64. So this is a 64 total, 64 combinations will have. Here also will have the 64 combinations. And this 64 combinations minus 2 we should do because one is network ID, another one is broadcast ID. The total 62 valid IP addresses will have. The 62 is the nearest value for 50. Yes, the 62 is the nearest value for 50. Okay, so now how we need to divide like this half piece into the again multiple networks. That means 2 pieces again. So now what I'm doing in the sense, so second bit I'm trying to convert into the network bit again. Host second bit. First bit we converted 2 different networks got created. Now again I'm converting the one more host bit into the network bit. The value 128 plus 64, how much? The first bit value is 128 and second bit value is 64. So 128 plus 64, how much? 192. That's it, guys. This bit value is 128, 2 to the power of 7. And this bit value is 2 to the power of 6. So both, if I add both 128 plus 64, 192. So this is a customized subnet mask we need to assign for account department. This is a customized subnet mask we need to assign for IT department. And the total valid IP is 192.168.192.168.1.128 to 192.168.1.191. So this is network ID and this is broadcast ID. So in between, what we'll have is a valid IP address. How many valid IP addresses we'll have? 62 valid IP addresses we'll have. So we should avoid the communication between IT department and account department. So we should use this customized subnet mask for account department. So 255.255.255.192. 192. So 255.255.192. So now account /26. That's it, guys. CIDR 26. Got it? That means we'll have the three subnets now here. 26 nets. So 1 and 1. So we'll have the two. Like here, there's a one subnet and there's a one subnet. So by 26. So I hope you're clear. Okay. So how many networks will have? 26 networks will have. Because of that reason, we are defining /26 here. So total 8 plus 8 plus 8 is 24, 25 and 26. So this range for account and this customized subnet mask for account department. So if you want, you can define by 26 also. 26 means, so we should use this subnet mask. So 255.255.255.255.192 we should use this. Okay. Next, coming to HR. So here we'll have the only 20 peoples. So 20 peoples will have. Again, we'll have one more quarter part. This quarter part I'm trying to making again two parts here. So 64 by 2, how much? The total 64 valid IP, total 64 combinations will have. So I'm trying to making the 64 into the again two pieces. So 64 by 2, how much? 32. So this part is a 32 and this part also 32. Now 32 minus 2, because we'll have the network ID and broadcast ID, total 30. Now here, each part will have the 30 valid IP addresses. So 30 is the nearest value for 20. Okay. So now how we need to divide this part into the two pieces again. So again, what I need to do? Again, what I need to do, guys? I need to convert the host bit into the network bit again. How many network bits will have? 3 more additional network bits will have. Now the range of this particular part, this part range 192.168.1.192 to 192.168.1.223, and it's a customized subnet mask for this network. So 255.255.255.224, 128 plus 64 plus 32. 32. How much? 224. So 224. So is it? So 255 dot. Excuse me, guys. So 255 dot. So 255 dot. 255 dot 224. So this is a subnet mask for this part. And then if you want, you can define like this also by 27. So by 27. Okay. So by 27 is a CIDR. By 27 means we'll have how many networks? 3 networks here. Got it? So I hope you're clear. Okay. So now this is network ID and it's a broadcast ID. So what we'll have in between, that is valid IP addresses. So we should use 255.255.254. So who's doing the AWS for them especially? So AWS, how they got divided into the network in a sense. So for any network, guys, it's not like this for class A, for class B, for class C. For any network, so they are defining for us 16 to 28 maximum. You are unable to provide below 16. So some people, they will think like if I'm using the like class A, so we need to provide 8. Yes, class A having only one network, no? One network having 8 bits. But in AWS, don't provide 8. We need to provide 16. By default, it will start from 16 subnets to maximum 128 subnet for any network. It may be class A, it may be class B, it may be class C. Only for AWS. So generally, in legacy environment, we should follow this formula. Got it? So I hope you're clear. So how we need to divide the one network into the multiple networks. So this is all about networking theoretical part, guys. This is all about networking theoretical part. Okay. So can we do practical sessions? So how we'll have few basic commands related to networking, and then how to assign the IP addresses. So we'll have the different commands to assign the IP addresses. So nmtui, nmcli, nmcli, and then script based. Yes. So if you want, you can make a note, take a snap. And generally, most of the people, they are going to use very lengthy formula, doesn't require. There is a logic you can remember, that is enough. Easily you can able to divide the one network into the multiple network. So very easily. Yes. Yes, guys. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me, guys? Okay. So now let's see. So how we need to execute some networking related basic commands. So let's see, guys, here. So you know very well about ifconfig and then ip-addr command to know the interface details. Okay. Ifconfig, then hit enter. How many interfaces will have? Interface means NIC card, guys. So this is my NIC card profile name, EN016777736. By default, in virtual machine, automatically one NIC card it will be created. So virtual NIC card, okay. So EN016777736 is my NIC card profile name, okay. So now here, so MTU, so maximum transaction unit. That means packet size is 1500 bytes, okay. And it's Ethernet, that means MAC address, and 1000 Mbps Ethernet card I have. RX means receiving packets, okay, receiving packets, how many packets we received, okay, so how many packets we received. So there's errors. TX means transferring packets, how many packets we transferred from our machine. So here we doesn't have the network, guys, because of that reason I didn't get any IP addresses here. See here, it doesn't have the network here. It doesn't have the network here. Because of that reason, I didn't get any network, IP addresses here. So it doesn't have any IPv4 address, and I doesn't have any IPv6 address. Okay, I need to connect the network. I need to activate this. I need to activate the network into this machine. Then only we can able to get the IP addresses from our DHCP server by default. And if you want, you can keep static IP address also. How to keep the static IP address, everything I'll show you. Don't worry. Okay. So LO, loopback. See, loopback interface. So 127.0.0.1, and it's a subnet mask. So because it's a class A, the class A default subnet mask is 255.0.0.0. Okay. Then so this is IPv6 loopback, ::1 is IPv6 loopback. How many packets we receive from the loopback, how many packets we transfer from the loopback. So I need to verify whether my NIC card, this is my NIC card profile name, whether this NIC card working properly or not. So we should execute ping 172.0.0.1. Okay, then hit enter. That's so clear, guys. So ping 172.0.0.1. Sorry, one we can give and hit enter. See, I'm getting the reply from this 172.0.0.1. That means my NIC card is working properly. NIC card working properly. Continuously will get the reply. So you should use Control C to fill the session. You know that. So Control C to kill the session. Okay. So now, apart from ifconfig, so ifconfig is a command you can execute into any operating system. That means any versions. It may be 6.0, it may be 7.0, it may be 8.0, it may be older versions. Any version you can execute. But ipaddr is a command we can able to execute into only from 7.0 onwards. IP space addr command don't give into the older versions. We are not going to execute this IP space addr. So IP space addr command it got introduced from 7.0 onwards. Okay, then hit enter. So both it will show you same stuff, guys. Apart from receiving and transferring packet, everything it will show you. Okay. So now I'll do one thing. I'm going to activate this network. So I'm going to activate the network. Guys, to connect the internet into your operating system, that means into your virtual machine. So go to settings, virtual machine settings. We need to right click on top of the virtual machine settings. Loopback means Milan. I think you only asked that question on the day. What is 127.0.0.1? Some people they ask on the day. So to check the outgoing traffic, whether my NIC card is working properly or not. On the day itself only I was given the information. So if I ping with the loopback IP address, if you get the reply, that means your NIC card is working properly. If you're not getting the reply, that means your NIC card having the problem. Okay. So now let's see here. Here I have the bridge connection. Guys, you can keep bridge connection only in your missions because 90% people, I think you are using Wi-Fi and then hotspots. Yes, you can keep bridge only, but I'm using wire connection here, wire internet connection. So I need to keep NAT. If you're using wire internet connection, directly if you're connecting the wire to your laptop or a desktop, we should keep NAT. Then okay. So by default, you people you can keep bridge only, but who's using wire connection, they need to keep NAT. Okay. Done. So now I need to activate this interface. nmcli connection up en016777736 is my interface name. Okay. I'm going to activate this. Then hit enter. Now I'll get automatic one IP address from the DHCP server. Okay. So let's check now. If config, if you want, you can check the config command also. There is no issue. See here. I got IP address. 192.168.72.154, then the subnet mask, the default subnet mask for this IP address 255.255.255.0, and it's a broadcast IP address, and this IPv6 IP address, and there's Ethernet, and the receiving packets and transferring packets. Clear. Apart from IP, if config, it can give IP addr also. Both it will show you same result. Apart from receiving packet, transferring packet, everything is same. So it is not going to print receiving packets and transferring packets. So clear? I hope you got it, guys. Okay, just give me 1 minute time. let's see here. So I hope you're clear. So if IP addr is a command, so we'll get the information related to interface. Okay. So if you need only one interface details, so we should not print the loop back. So we can use like this. So IP addr show. So we should provide the interface name en016777736. Okay. So I hope you're clear. So this is the interface details. So my interface name is en016777736. Okay. Okay, right. Next. So now how we need to get the what to say, gateway of this network. So what is a gateway, guys? So do you have any idea? So in general terms, what is a gateway? For example, you need to enter into the classroom. So we should have the one door. That's it, no? That is a gate. We need to enter into the classroom. So we need to quit from the classroom. The same door we are going to use to quit from the classroom. Like the same way, while you try to sending the packet, okay, from your mission to another mission. That means the mission, it may be into the different network. Okay. So now if you're sending the packet it is traveling through one gateway, through router. So 90% gateway IP address is a router IP address. So router is a one device. So the router, what it will do, it will define the route. Yes. So here the gateway IP address, in the sense router IP address maximum. So we'll have the router IP address as a gateway. We need to know the gateway. I need to know the route of my packet. How this packet it is traveling from my mission to another network. Got it, guys? So how we need to get this? IP route is a command. IP space route. Okay. IP route is a command. See here the default. So via 192.168.72.2 is my gateway. So with the help of this device, this is my interface. I was connected internet to this interface. So through this is a metric value. That means the metric value means it will decide the best path to reach the destination. This is a metric value. Okay, with the help of metric value, and it's a network ID, and it's my device interface, and this is my IP address. From this mission, the packet it is traveling through this device and through this gateway. So entry and exit point, this is a gateway of my network. So this gateway it is providing from my SB providers. So maybe in your home network, you'll have maximum 192.168.0.1 or 1.1 will have. So it's your router's IP address is a gateway. Here, IP route is a command to know the route of the packet, how the packet it is traveling from your mission. So clear, guys? I hope you got it. Okay, so ping is a command. What is the use of ping command, guys? So what is the use of ping command? Do you have any idea? Yes, to check the communication between two or more missions in our network. Okay, to check the communication between two or more missions in a network. Okay, for example, so ping, I'm trying to providing the Google because I have the internet connection into my virtual machine. So now I'm trying to checking the communication between me and then Google, whether can I able to communicate with the Google server or not. Yes, I can. So because I have the internet connection into this virtual machine, so it is trying to communicating with the Google server. The Google server, it is providing the ICMP packets for us. This is Google server IP address, and from this Google server, I'm getting the ICMP packets. So ping command, so it is going to receive the ICMP packets. ICMP full form, Internet Communication Messaging Protocol. And these are all the sequence number. These many packets we are receiving sequentially from the Google server. That means TTL, time to live, the packet time to live. So from the Google server. Okay. I hope you're clear, guys. So continuously will get the reply. But my intention is I should not get the reply continuously. So you can keep -n4. Sorry, not n, c. C. You need to keep c, not n. Okay, then we can drop. So we'll get the 4 packets from the Google server, automatically it will drop. So clear, guys. I hope you got it about ping command. So ping is a command to take the communication between 2 or more machines in a network. Clear? No. So what is a trace path? Trace path and trace route both are same. Trace path and trace route both are same. Now, what is the difference between ping and trace path and trace route? Like this questions interval they will ask. Okay. So trace path is a command. We are going to trace the network from my machine to maybe from Google server. How many networks we'll have in between we can able to trace. But here we are not going to get because of some security. So let's see here. So trace path. Then I'm providing the google.com. See. So I'm getting the reply. So see here. So from here onwards, there is no reply because of security purpose. My ISP providers, they disable this. Okay. If you want to can check into your network, then definitely you'll get the like information. How many networks will have in between me and Google. Okay. And trace route also you can use. Trace route. T-R-A-C. So trace route, clear? It's very simple. So trace route and trace route both are same, guys. Okay, google.com or facebook.com, whatever you want to can do. But you won't get the reply. So my ISP providers, they disable this reply from the particular networks. Okay, so I hope you got it, guys. So that is what I'm trying to explain, Gardavasi. So please concentrate. What is the use of trace path? T-R-A-C-E, not S-C. Okay. T-R-A-C-E, path, total one word. Don't give the gap between trace and path. Okay. So trace path and trace route both are same. To know the like network in between me and Google or me and some different guy, how many networks will have in between us? For example, you are into maybe in US, I'm in India, so I'm trying to communicate with you. So how we are going to communicate? If I'm sending the packet should travel through my network to your network. So in between, we'll have the number of the networks between India to US. Clear? So how many networks we'll have in between us? So we are going to get the information related to network using the trace path command. So yes, guys, so trace path and trace route. So trace path and trace route. So I hope you're clear. Both same. So if you want to can use trace path, if you want to can use trace route to find out the networks between me and Google. So if you provide the Facebook and me and Facebook, how many networks will have you been able to find out? Okay. Okay, next. So now, how to know the lesson port numbers, lesson on port numbers. Okay, so each and every services it having one port number, guys. We need to know the like lesson on port number of the particular service. Okay, so 30 hosts means 30 routers will have maximum. 30 hosts means routers. Hop count. Yesterday I said, no, while I'm teaching the like routing routers, about routers at the time, I said like host means routers. Next hop, that means next router. Okay, so let's see here. Now here, how to get the lesson on port numbers related to particular services. Guys, SS is a command. SS is a command. Okay, so now -T L U P N A. This option we need to provide. SS space hyphen C SS space hyphen tlupna. tlupna. So T for TCP sockets, L for listening sockets, U for UDP sockets, P protocols, N names, A all. T TCP sockets, L listening sockets, U UDP sockets, P protocols, N names, A num all. A means all. Then hit enter. So we'll get all the information. So where the services report listening. So SSH is a service where it will listen 22 is a port number. If we have the star, that means this is IPv4. If we have the colons, that means IPv6. IPv6. So 22 is a port number for SSHD. Got it, guys? Instead of SS, you can use netstat also. Hyphen tlupna, same. Netstat see. Got it? Same information, but like output was a little bit different. That's it. Got it, guys? SS and netstat. So usually most of the people, they know very well about the netstat command. So now from 7.0 onwards, they introduced to us SS command. So SS also you can use to get the like listen on port numbers for particular service. Okay. So I hope you're clear. Yes, no. Yes, guys. So frequently we are going to use these commands, the basic network related commands. These are all the commands we are going to use. So in networking, okay. So now, how to assign the IP address? How to assign the IP address? Guys, we'll have 3 different ways to assign the IP address. One is nmtui, another one is nmcli, and script based. Okay, so script based. So now nmtui is a command. So full form network manager text user interface, nmtui. So nmtui full form network manager text user interface. So today we'll see how to assign the IP address with the help of nmtui. The static IP address we can assign to this particular mission using nmtui. So network manager text user interface. See, if you hit enter, then you'll get like the screen. So network manager TUI. So network manager and TUI. Edit a connection, active a connection, set host name. Clear? Edit a connection, active a connection, and set host name. 3 options we'll have, and there's a quit and it's okay. So now I'm going to select using this arrow keys, that means navigation keys. You can select any option according to your requirement. Now I'm going to edit a connection. Now edit a connection, just hit enter. See here, Ethernet EN016777736. This is my profile name. Okay, this is my Ethernet profile name, and we'll have 3 options: add, edit, then delete. To add one more profile name, you can use add option. To edit the existing, that means current profile, so we need to edit this option, and then we need to use edit option. To delete the profile, you can use delete option. Okay, so now we'll add like another, we'll add later. So one more profile name, so we'll see later. First of all, what I'm doing in the sense, I'm trying to assigning the one static IP address for this existing profile called EN016777736. Okay, then select edit, then hit enter. And see here, the profile name is EN016777736, and there's a device, that means MAC address. And see, if you observe, we'll have IPv4 configuration automatic, and then IPv6 configuration also automatic. That means we are getting the IP address from the DHCP server. If you keep the IP address configuration automatic, so automatically you will get the IP address from your DHCP server. So guys, in your home you will have the DHCP server. So in where you will have the DHCP server, in the sense in your router you have the routers now, Wi-Fi routers. So in Wi-Fi routers, automatically the DHCP server it will configure. So automatically one IP address it is going to provide to your device. It may be your mobile, it may be your laptop. Automatically one IP address will get. So without getting this IP address, you won't get any internet connection. Okay. So now what I'm doing, in a sense, I'm trying to assigning the manual IP address. That means static. We need to select manual, then show. Use tab and then hit enter, show, and then you'll get like this. So here add. So hit enter. Then I'm trying to assigning one IP address. I'll do one thing. I'll keep class C. Oh, sorry, class B. 172.16. Yes, guys. 16.1.11. So by how much I need to give? CADR. So I need to provide the default subnet mask. So what is the default subnet mask for class B? What is the default subnet mask for class B, guys? Without providing the subnet mask, we were unable to assign the IP address. Yes, 255.255.255.0. Can we write this subnet mask into the CADR, classless inter-domain routing? Saikiran. By slash, how much I need to provide? How many networks will have in class A? No, Philip. How many networks? 2 networks. 2 networks mean how many bits will have into the both the network, both the network octets? 16. Very good, Chandana. Okay, so we should provide 16. This is a CADR for class B. For class A, CADR, Chandana. 8. Very good, Sachin. Okay, so class A CADR is 8. And I'm trying to assigning the one dummy gateway. So don't bother about the DNS server and search DNS. So we'll see later. So we doesn't have any DNS services here. Okay. So now we need to keep automatic, guys. We need to keep automatic. So automatically connection. So if you keep automatic, what will happen in the sense? Automatically connect. Even if you reboot the machine, automatically this interface it is going to active. If you remove this crash mark, it is not going to assign the IP address automatically if you restart the machine. So use space bar and then keep crash mark for this. Okay. Then give tab and then okay. Then quit. Then what I need to do? I need to restart the service. Change the IP address. I need to apply this IP address permanently. In the sense, we should restart the services. What type of services we need to restart? Systemctl space restart network, then hit enter. See, it got restarted. Now let's check the IP address. See, 172.16.1.11 and there's a subnet broadcast ID. So I hope you got it, guys. So this is a way we need to assign the IP address, manual IP address for the particular mission. So depends upon your requirement. Okay. Again, nmtui, then hit enter, then edit a connection. I'm trying to adding one profile. So Ethernet profile only. You can use any name, guys. I'm providing ETH1 as a profile name. And here no need to provide the device. I have only one device. Okay. And I'm keeping automatic. Otherwise, you can keep manual IP address also. Let's see. I'm going to keep manual IP address. So I'm assigning the IP address for this interface 10.0.0.10.0.0.1 or 11. Okay, 11 by how much? 8. So dummy gateway 10.0.0.1. Okay. Okay. Tab. Okay. Then quit. Okay. So now if you check the IP address, if you check this IP address, still it will show like old IP address only. Old IP address only. Okay. So now what I need to do? What I need to do? I was created one more profile. I need to activate this profile. Then only the IP address will get. Again, nmtui. Go to active connection. Then by default en016777736 activated, and I need to select ETH1, then hit enter. Then quit. Okay. Then check the IP address now. So 10.0.0.11 by 8. Got it? Guys, remember, if you're restarting the mission, if you restart the network, what will happen in the sense by default profile only it is going to active. So you need to active your own profile, maybe like EN0 ETH1 profile you need to active in the sense we should select active and then active a connection, and we need to select the ETH1 and then we should activate. Okay. So clear, guys? I hope you're clear. So how to assign the profile? Guys, remember one thing, we can able to active only one profile at a time, not multiple profiles, because we'll have the only one NIC card. We'll have only one NIC card into our virtual machine. Because of that reason, we can able to activate only one profile at a time. So if EN0167777 if it is active, then ETH1 it's not going to active. So ETH1 if it is active, EN0167777 it is not going to active. Clear? So I hope you're clear. Okay. So next nmtui, then hit enter. Then edit a connection. I hope you're clear. Active a connection. So if you want to can active this, then you'll get the like previous IP address. IP addr show. See. Got it? So nmtui. nmtui, then hit enter. Then we'll have one more option here, delete. So if you want, you can delete. I'm trying to deleting ETH1. It got deleted. So it doesn't have this profile. So now if you check the IP address, we'll have 172.16.1.11. Okay. So I hope you're clear, guys. Like this you can do. Set a host name. Set a host name. So you can set the host name. server.example.com. Sorry, how to check the host name? Host name is a command to know the host name. Okay. Server.example.com is the host name. So like this, you can set the host name with the help of nmtui. We'll have the different ways to set the host name. So I think we doesn't have the much time. So tomorrow we'll discuss how to set the host name. So with the help of few commands. So we'll have hostnamectl command. So and we'll have the one configuration file to set the host name. So we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay. So I hope you're clear, guys. Yes, no. Yeah, I'll keep history. Please make a note. Then so networking, I think it takes, I think, more than 4 days. Yes, you'll have that much of stuff working to do. Guys, this is CCNA part I was explaining to you people. Okay. So I hope you're clear, guys. So do you have any doubts, any questions? Yes. No. Okay. Okay, see you tomorrow. And tomorrow, how to assign the host name. So please remind me. And after that, after assigning the host name, we'll have the few commands to assign the host name apart from nmtui. Okay. Hostnamectl is a command to assign the host name, and then we'll have the one script file also to assign the host name. So we'll discuss that tomorrow, and then we'll start nmcli. nmcli, with the help of nmcli, how we need to assign the IP addresses, how we need to manage the IP addresses with the help of nmcli. So network manager, command line interface. Okay. Then We'll have the one more option to assign the IP addresses with the help of script based. Okay, script based also how we need to assign. I will show you. So network scripts will have. So using the network scripts files, we are going to assign the IP addresses. Okay. So maximum tomorrow we'll finish networking concept. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye. Take care.